these sort of attachments to our habits, right? So as human beings, we tend to latch on to things. We latch on to people. We latch on to material. We latch on to habits. Latch on to environments. Latch on to different substances as well, right? And that tends to be our downfall. Some guy friends that I know are attached to beautiful women, and beautiful women is their downfall. They don't know how to control themselves. They see a beautiful woman and they act as if they've never seen a beautiful woman. And it's like every single time. It's just crazy. So it's like, look, I have a sweet tooth. So it's like, every time I see a slice of cheesecake, I'm just like, But it wasn't until I became conscious of, why am I acting like this? Is this serious? And the thing is, once we attach ourselves to certain things, it tends to control us. It tends to have power over us. So there's a benefit in detachment, right? So when we detach from these things that aren't serving us, we gain some of that power back. In order to make a bond, you have to put energy into that system. And the same thing when you break that bond, you have to put energy into that system. And it's the same thing with our habits. So once we break that bond, we break that energy off. So we're constantly feeding energy into those bonds or those poor attachments that we have to something material or toxic people or toxic habits, right? So once you break that bond, you also break that channel of energy going into that attachment, right? So there's a concept in Buddhism it's associated with the highest level of your chakras, right? So we always talk about the third eye, but then your crown chakra, or associated with the detachment from these earthly desires. And I was explaining that to one of my friends, and I was telling her about that, like, look, I think it's important that we detach because all these things have control over us, but once we let them go, they no longer have control. And she was just like, no, we need to cherish those bonds and cherish those moments. And I'm like, we know where we need to sever those ties, right?